Let me create a separate class to demonstrate scanner class examples. There are different methods belongs to scanner class, so that we can deal with the different data types, like integer, strings, and double, for example. Again, I will declare main methods so that I can demonstrate later on. The first one, we will construct scanner object reference variable. I may call it as a scanner object from now on. New scanner parameter System.in. So new scanner include parameter. We call it as a constructor. You can import the statement. I recommend you to type it until you get used with it. Again, when you use scanner object, you just need to create one object. Again, don't create like multiple objects doing exactly the same thing, like input 1, 2, 3, 4. You just need one object. So let me start with the integer value. Here I say intValue. I'm using input, one of the methods called nextInt, return integer value. Later on we'll deal with the methods, but for now just look at the name of the method called nextInt. So what we do is input and then dot operator. We put the name of the method, which is the way to process the standard input from the keyboard by end user. So let me double check, clean and build, and then you can run it. You may change it later on. Print means next to each other. Print means after message it's going to wait for the next input, next line. So you may change to print. Compile it again, run it again. Now it will show next to the message. You enter the integer is 10. That's how you get the integer value by the keyboard input. Let me go to double value, almost identical. Double value equal to input. This time we are looking for next double. That will return double value. Data types appear on your right hand side of your pull down menu. So you see the patterns. Name of the method start with next, and then name of primitive data type. 10.2. Okay, output is correct. Okay, this time I will deal with the string value. So here, string value, we are talking about string value with a space. We are not talking about hello world. We are talking about hello or world or John Smith, first name and or last name. Because space works like a separator. It's if you type John Smith, it's going to consider as two inputs. So the method we are looking for is next. Okay, now there's no such a thing called next string. Next. Please remember, if you enter two string values, it will take only first input. Like a John Smith, it will take the John as a first input. Second input will be discarded. Here, if I provide two string value, but if you look at line number 30 and input.next read only first string value, which is John. I'm going to cover character inputs. The problem is that scanner class does not have method called nextChar, so we still need to use next methods. Then we should be able to extract only one character. That method belongs to string class, which I haven't covered yet. It's not difficult to use it, but looks a bit strange to you at the beginning. But let me cover that. Then I will revisit the string class later on. So the first thing you need to do is input.next. So that we can try to process the string value and then save it to a temporary string object. We should be able to process that string object using character add methods. It allows us to read the character value based on index. Index refers to specific location of the character within or given string value. I will explain to you here. So if we have a value called John, that's a string value consistent with 4 characters. Each character has an index value. If we divide into 4 sections, each location will be referred as an index or index value. So first one, John, refers to index value 0. Second one, O, refers to number 1. Then next one is 2 and 3. So index start with 0 and then in order 0, 1, 2, 3. So we are looking at J. That's the location of character J. But we are reading it as a string value. So if I write it down, it looks like this way. Given string value John, we try to extract single character as a string value, double quotation J. Eventually, we change to single quotation J, which is a character value. Again, the extraction we can do is a temp string object dot character at 0. And then save it as a char value. So char value is going to hold character value. Okay, integer 10, 10.2 for double. String value, I'll type John. Character value, I will say male. I'm actually looking for M. So just let one character paste the index 0. Once you get used with it, if you look at lines 35 to 36, it can be done as a single statement. Again, idea is input.next will return string value. Once we know the string value, then you can focus on method called character at. So we can use the methods that is the part of the object of a string class. So input.next will return string value so that we can use character at directly. I know it looks even more strange than previous one, but once you get used with object-oriented programming, again you can shorten certain statement. Okay, let me go back to example of a string value. How do we process the multiple string values as a single line input? For that, let me just put one example here. Okay, let me process the one integer value. We know that that is straightforward. So integer value 10, 10.2, here you put John, and then say male, and you have 20 years old. Here is the multiple string value as a single input. What I could as a line of a string value. So we can get the string input until you hit enter key. So the method name called as a next line. We are expecting input until you hit the enter key. When you hit enter key, it goes to next line. So you can remember as a next line for processing multiple string value. So what happening here is that you enter integer value, then you expect to type string value. It skips through. So when you use the next line, you have to be a bit careful. It's not like a next, it doesn't work out of the box. So let me try to explain to you. So when you use the next line method, it's supposed to get the input, but you can skip through. That means you need to provide additional methods, or you can repeat the next line so that you can wait for the inputs. That actually happens after you use primitive numeric data types or character value. Then suddenly your next line doesn't work or skips through one input. I know explanation is a bit strange to you again, but idea is fixing this problem is straightforward. Just repeat one more time input.next line before line number 51. So that after age inputs, it's not going to skip. Enter your name. So here after 51, input.next line, that will fix the problem. So please be careful when you use the next line. It may skip through inputs. Let me type the same thing again. So here male 20. See, now it's waiting for the input, John Smith, and also process to string value, John Smith. So when you use a scanner class, there are other methods belong to the scanner object. I will show you how to quickly have a look. It's a good idea to get used with at least most common methods belongs to scanner object. Input and then press the dot operator. Wait, it will bring you a pop-up. So if you're looking for next integer, long, short, and the most popular one, next, for string value, and then next line, multiple string values. And then I haven't covered it. There's another popular one called nextBoolean. You should be able to use that, all those methods eventually. I think that's all for Java input and output. Let me just type one here. There is no such a thing called nextChar methods to Java scanner class. Thank you.